Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Coruscant Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seales, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Dan and Ran and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits the funny hits and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population D'Angelo. Beverly D'Angelo.
Welcome to the show.
A legend.
Well, hey, I am happy to be here.
I am so
it's
happy to see you.
It's a reunion of sorts.
It is.
It's a reunion.
We worked together on Entourage, and you were
we did.
wonderful. It is always
so fun.
amazing that when you get a chance to work with someone who you've admired for a long time, and just it was such a treat for us, and you've always been one of our favorite comedic actresses.
You're very
period.
well-versed in
Comedic
flattery.
and all. I will tell you,
Also
we
a
were great actress. Period. And
Well,
we
thank
also
you.
who we sought out to sit with when we ate lunch while we were working. That
I
week.
sought you out.
No, we
I
both
followed
hung
you
out.
guys.
No,
I followed
we hung
you.
out.
You
It
don't
was
even
really
remember
fun.
that.
I do.
But wasn't it a sign of how great that show was? They had the best. I've never seen craft service. Like that.
Unreal. It was
Unreal, and like the guacamole truck and people
Okay,
walking around. I mean, it was
we
like
were
really
lucky enough to do one movie with John Travolta, who brought his own
chef.
Yeah. So that was like, it's like, wait, we're
So
having
it's like-
tri-tip again for lunch?
Lobster medallions
What is
for
happening
a
here?
midday snack.
Clams Casino?
Yeah.
What's happening
It
here?
was like when I was on the set of Superbad. It was like the first set I ever visited, and I'd never been craft services or anything. He goes like, "What kind of steak you want?" I'm like, "Oh, you have different cuts." He's like, "No, we have regular steak and shark steak." I'm like, "Where am I right now?" It's shark
steak.
steak
What's the
for
most-
craft services
I
for
don't know.
Superbad.
Wait, hold on a second.
Well-
Was Entourage the best craft services you've ever seen on any
It was
set?
Mom. The,
You mean
the TV
Allison
show of
Janney?
Mom.
Yeah. Oh, that's gotta be
was
good.
that was
Anna
crazy.
Faris.
That was crazy. That was like a restaurant,
Yeah,
basically.
we're gonna make you a
can
smoothie
really,
if you
oh,
want.
smoothie.
Yeah.
We'll make a souffle. Order your chocolate
Who had the
souffle.
Cornichon? Who had the
Who
Cornichon?
had the Cornichon?
We need
Yeah.
20 minutes to do the flourless chocolate cake. Just let us know.
Let us know
Put in
before
your
you shoot your
order.
scene, and
Yeah.
then when you
Yeah.
come out,
Hang on a second. Do they really bring out a baked Alaska?
Who had the chicken Madeira and the steak
Lots of
Diane?
flambe stuff going on. Yeah.
The steak Diane
It's a
three
real
ways.
sign. It's a real sign
Well,
of like,
it's
It's
ama-
but this came up because I noticed that your quarters here
Oh,
for the
yeah. Good
podcast
office.
We're in the
are
intimate
quite
studio.
they're intimate and illustrious and very special.
Thank you.
And it's a tribute
We like
to
to
how
keep it
special
nice.
you are and how many wonderful listeners.
it's the castle that Dumb built.
Yeah.
We'll
well,
set up.
and tell me if you believe this, because this is what we've sort of learned in doing this specific
How dumb
podcast.
people are.
Do you think? Okay, so
Is it that the world's getting dumber, or that dumb is just getting louder? What do you think?
Both. Very good point about dumb getting louder. Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah,
Who's the
right.
president? But I will say that the government defunded public education in the 80s.
That's one reason. In the 80s, and
in
so
the
it's
80s,
gone
So
down.
those are the people that elected.
That's who's
you know.
come of age.
So
as they
yeah,
say.
I mean, there's there's a little reality there, but it's also everything's out there now.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
find everything. I'm a researchaholic. I'm totally
you?
obsessed. Oh yeah. I should be.
Are you a
researcher.
WebMD
I'm a WebMD.
Oh God, no.
No, WebMD.
I've got to hang now. What is it?
No. That's baby stuff. No, I'm into like reports and statistics and justicia,
This is your
cases
podcast.
and stuff.
That-
Well, yeah,
Right, where it's like you dive
the deep
deep.
dive, the
Yes.
deep dive, the
You
deep
take
dive.
a deep
I'm
dive.
Miss Deep Dive, Miss Beverly Deep Dive Angela.
Baby.
There you go. Specifically speaking.
But you like to be informed. You like to have the information.
Yeah, specifically,
in front of
he
you.
just gave me the title of my podcast.
Well, I
haven't
said
dropped yet.
specifically with Beverly
'Cause I
D'Angelo,
wanted to
but
say
she
about
punched it
D'Angelo,
up
I'm
even better.
obsessed.
Specifically speaking with Beverly
Oh,
D'Angelo.
Yeah, because I like to hone in on a thing.
Yes,
But
I love
anyway,
that.
so I do think that everything's accessible, so you can actually see how idiotic people are. Like just this morning, I did. Can I share it with you?
Sure, please.
I don't know. I mean, look.
Or should we save this as the last one? Should we let this be the last
do
one?
whatever we
I don't
want.
know.
Do you have a story that you brought? Okay,
Yes,
so
I
then
do.
let's save that for the final segment. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay,
we-
okay.
You got
we're
to
teasing
stick
you.
around if you want to see this. Listen to the story.
Beverly D'Angelo brought a story for the last story. Okay, so
Okay.
she's here. Let's jump into a story right now because
we'll do
I
the
know
first
this
I've
story.
sent other ones, but
Ready?
this
No,
one was
This
pretty.
This is as good as
But
it gets.
is this a good one?
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
I know, but I mean,
We'll
No, we're
find
gonna
out.
find
I think
out.
I sent other ones. This might be.
Let me see it. We'll look at it, and then I'll dig into the first
read
one.
the headline.
Read the headline, Dan, on this
And
one,
you
and
can
they'll
see
tease
what
it.
I sent Noah. There are other ones.
Yep,
but-
we're gonna do that.
We're gonna do that. Okay. All you need to do is that. Okay, let's jump into one right now with her because I'm
Okay.
All
so
right, this
happy.
was sent in by Brandon Coffrin at DeLorean.
Coffrin.
Coffrin.
See, that's a dumb name. Oh, sorry.
Hey, all right.
Sorry. Oh,
Brandon
Brandon.
can't
Oh, God,
help
no.
it.
I'm
Brandon's
kidding.
good.
No, no.
Brandon's good.
Brandon's good.
Because
The
my
name is
name
dumb.
doesn't
This is-
make sense.
I know.
This
It
is-
doesn't have an ethnic. Who are you talking to? Beverly. Okay, that's Wasp.
sure.
D'Angelo. That's Italian.
I know.
You get confused. Beverly D'Angelo.
That there's
Who
an
is that?
apostrophe in your name is fantastic
And on top
too.
of that,
I
there's
know.
an apostrophe. I'm sorry.
Your name
So-
includes punctuation.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of
hard.
work.
All right, here
It's
we
a lot
go.
of work.
Yeah.
Brandon Coffrin. This is his Twitter handle though. At DeLorean_TARDIS.
Thank you.
So we
I
got
wonder what the
that's
TARDIS
Doctor
is
Who.
for.
That's like the Doctor Who thing that like
Oh,
you're blowing
God.
up.
You're
Bev.
gonna call.
Oh, Beverly. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a party. I'm having a party on Saturday. Post Oscar, a sloppy seconds party.
There you
For
go.
a friend of mine who won an Oscar, and that girl that's calling is someone that I need her to help me. I'm sorry. Let's get back
all
to
good.
Brandon
Give
at
it to-
DeLorean.
Brandon Coffrin at DeLorean
underscore
TARDIS.
doc-
TARDIS is what they travel around in Doctor Who. So
Oh,
he's just
God,
got a
shows
couple
that
of
I don't
cool
Combining
cars.
two
You
cars.
know, my kids
It's not
wanted
really
to watch
car.
that, and I went, "Don't watch that."
Ready?
You said
yeah.
Doctor Who?
A French teenager has been jailed after buying a PlayStation 4 at a grossly reduced price by weighing it as if the game console was a bag of fruit. So,
Wow, that's all kinds of dumb.
I know.
but
Yeah.
some very smart there.
right.
Yeah.
So the 19-year-old man,
He's smart.
named in the French media as Adele. That's,
I mean,
I know. That's pretty cool.
Adele.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
you're
right.
right.
I'll
Adele.
play a station with you.
And I.
Picked the device off the shelf and took it to the fruit station and weighed it. So that's how he got the price. He took it over to where you get your
Right.
own ticket for how
Yeah.
much your fruit weighs and just put a
Yeah.
PlayStation
Did
on
we
it.
ever tell the story of how
like
when we
that.
were in Israel,
We spent a semester
in Israel, we were at Tel Aviv University in Ramat Aviv, and there was a
Super Sol
supermarket right by us. And Jason and I used to, because we didn't have money back then, we used to like
Get a
snack-
bag of bulk food and walk around and
snack
do your
on it.
shopping.
It's
And
not right.
snack.
It's not right.
It's not
And so you
right.
weigh it at the end, and it obviously
eaten
weighs
it all.
less, and you have
It's-
eaten
how
some-
much does one grape weigh?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm
one
buying.
sesame.
I'm
You guys
buying-
always come in here and buy one sesame stick between the
What
two of
is
you.
that?
So they caught us because
Just by that little
They
piece
should charge
of
you like
halva.
they should charge you like $1 a bag.
They caught us and
And
scared
they
the
just-
shit out of us.
Really?
They-
I was gonna say
us
because
in a
that just
back
kind of
room
offset.
and
they took us in a back room. We're like, we could never be
Ooh,
heard
never
from
go
ever
back
again.
room.
God.
Never go back room.
Took us in a back room, and they're like, "We know you've been stealing," and we're like, "Well, what can we do?" They're like, "Just pay for it." We're
I,
like, "Okay."
I stole something once.
What?
With my friend Robin Christie.
What'd you steal?
It was, I think we were in 7th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and there were in this little Columbus, Ohio. The suburb I grew up in had 10,000 people in it,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a Tony suburb, by the way. It was in Upper Arlington. There's no Lower Arlington, but anyway, there was like a little kind of what we would call a strip mall now. But there was Murphy's, which was the cheap store, and then there was the Villager, which was Les Waxner's. Wexner, soon to be big empire. But
Yeah.
at the time, it was just a place that my cousin was working at, my godmother. Anyway, so we decided that we would steal things. We purposely wanted to steal. That was like let's go steal something.
Yeah.
So we went to Murphy's and we stole some sweaters.
Wow.
And it went really well. It's just like, get the sweater. And, we just stole
went
them.
great.
It was sweater in purse, not a big mass.
It wasn't even in a purse. I think we had it in a bag. I mean, we were idiots. We were in a little suburb. What did we know about boosting? So anyway, then we went into the Villager. And we were going to steal some more sweaters. But these were Heather sweaters. They were fancy sweaters. And we went back into the dressing room and we were talking about, well, should we put them in with the Murphy sweaters or
Too
maybe
much.
we
Too
were
much
going to
planning.
switch them out. We were going to switch them
Yeah.
out. Obviously, you could hear us. And this woman flung open the curtain and she said, "What's in the bag?" And my friend Robin Christie was amazing because she immediately burst into tears. She said, "Wait, Jeff Schmidt dared us to steal these sweaters." And Jeff Schmidt, like his dad owned Schmidt's Steakhouse, and it was like he was like a big,
Yeah, he's
big
a big
big
guy,
guy
yeah.
in the community and everything. And so it was like chalked off to these poor little girls.
And they're getting
They
dared
just
by
did it
Jeff
on a-
Schmidt.
Jeff Schmidt locked up
dared
for
us
4
to-
years.
and
Jeff
she
Schmidt.
cried real tears and
Collusion.
everything.
That's
She had that
amazing.
Jeff
Collusion,
Schmidt in her
yeah.
pocket.
Were
waiting to use
you?
it.
Did you want to be an actress at that point or no?
No. I didn't want to. I
still don't. Still don't.
No, but I must. I must. I mean, that's what I said to Sir Ralph Fiennes on this last movie I did.
Stop.
But anyway,
We'll get to that later.
we'll get to that later. But no,
You didn't.
no,
want to be
I
an
wanted to be a
actress.
singer.
Want to be a singer?
Yeah,
You have a
singing
beautiful voice.
was my thing. It still kind of is. But but it's the one thing I've never like sold out doing. But
Good.
I sang in all those movies. And
Yeah,
stuff,
you sang in a lot.
All right, you ready to hear how I
Yes.
did this?
Okay,
Let's hear it.
sorry.
No, you're
that was a
fine.
real
Never say
segue.
Good
I
tangents,
apologize,
tangents,
audience of dumb
Tangents,
people. I
welcome.
apologize.
Tangents
No,
are
no.
always welcome.
So he picked the device off the shelf, took it to the fruit section, and weighed it. He then put the sticker on the heavily reduced price tag of the expensive console and went to the checkout.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Now,
I got a bushel of PlayStation.
on average,
So far, it's sounding good to me.
in the United States dollar, on average, a PlayStation goes for about $390.
But I have a son.
So you get it.
How
Yeah.
much do you guys think he paid for this PlayStation 4 after weighing it as a bag of
in
fruit?
U.S. dollars? What do you
PlayStation,
think?
So think of how much it might weigh.
But
You
yeah,
saw
but,
the
but what
Xbox,
was the
Jason?
produce that he was it like for tomatoes or avocados?
don't know.
Those things.
Just
It doesn't
wait it.
say.
Just
wait
in
it.
general.
They
Just
must do a
guess.
flat rate on their
Just
produce.
guess. What do you think?
I don't think they have a flat. Okay, my guess that a PlayStation weighs about max 2 pounds. Wouldn't you say?
Maybe
Is
I
it
would
that-
guess 6.
You think that
Yeah.
is that much? Okay, I'd say I don't know, $12.
Okay.
Good, Jason.
$14.
All right, Rand.
$18.
Ding ding dee 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 dee
I know.
ding dee 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 dee.
Oh, I was right. It was 6 pounds. Adele paid for the 6-pound bag of quote unquote fruit at the self checkout. That's the other key. move.
Self-checkout.
Nobody's
You're
watching.
invited.
That's not a dumb guy.
It's all. It is
No,
all.
not at
How
all.
does this
store.
qualify
The
as a
store
dumb
is
person?
dumb.
The store
The
is
store
dumb.
is dumb.
The store is done because
Yeah.
the store at this point is like, we want you to do our job. We're
Right.
too we're tired of paying
We're
actual people
downside.
to
Yeah,
do
we
these
don't want
things.
humans. You
So
do it.
this is what I would tell the store. If
You're
again,
dumb.
number one, if I got caught and I'm the French guy, number one,
Jeff
Hire some
Schmidt,
people.
Jeff
Jeff
Schmidt
Schmidt
dared me to do
dared me
this,
to do
right?
it.
Schmidt.
Number
Yeah.
two,
It's
Which,
a
by the way,
prank.
the movie about Schmidt was about Jeff Schmidt.
Yeah.
it was about Jeff Schmidt
Yeah.
And his
daring
dares.
him
And
to
his
go
dares.
across
Yeah.
country with his grandson.
Daring him to adopt a guy from Africa.
Right. So no, but the second thing I would
He
say
adopted
is,
a guy in Africa.
did he?
No, he didn't.
No.
That's in the Ralph Fiennes
No,
movie.
and
he
about
did.
Schmidt, he said,
I have
he's
no
writing
idea.
the letter.
I
to,
just want you to call her
Dear
Hot Tub with Kathy
Anuku.
Bates.
You remember he says the.
I'm not going to fight you on it. No one's arguing with you. Let
point
let
is,
the
the
listeners yell
stupid
at us,
is
Jay. Don't
idiotic.
find out.
Since
Am
you
I-
guys are doubting me so hard, and
Nobody's
since you're
doubting
Oh,
you.
look, he's searching. You're going to do
Am
a
I
search.
saying it wrong?
He's
Ray
gonna do a
Fiennes.
search.
She
Yes.
says Ralph Fiennes. I'm saying Ray Fiennes. She worked with him.
Yeah.
Am
just
I
now.
saying it wrong?
It's weird. We never really worked out what his
What
name
his name
was.
is?
Yeah.
What if it was
What if it was Ralph Fiennes?
What did it work?
I think it's
Rafe.
Ralph
I think it's
Fiennes.
Rafe Fiennes.
Okay,
too.
there's I know you're still looking
I
for
want it to
something
be
about
Ralph
Smith.
Fiennes.
Wait,
Scarves.
you've got a computer. How do you
Scarves.
pronounce his name?
Scarves.
We on this set with him. You really weren't allowed to talk to him that much.
No eye contact.
Well, you weren't allowed to say his name. You weren't
Well, you're not allowed to call
He
him
wrote a
Voldemort.
letter to a guy in
Here we go.
Africa.
Okay,
Dear
Jason's back.
Jay
Jason
did
just
the
Jason's
search.
about
Jay did the
Schmidt.
search.
Jay just
Dear
comes back and
Enugu.
Jay just comes back and steps on what may be one of the best jokes of this whole episode so far. She said, "You're not allowed to."
To call him by
His
name.
name. And I said, "Of course, you're not allowed to say Voldemort."
There you go.
Ah, beautiful.
Well, Adele
Good one.
paid.
Smart.
How much did he pay?
Get your answers in now. What was the guess?
He's looking at Jay.
She said 12.
I said
Jay
12.
said 14. I said 18.
He paid. Remember, all you gotta do is be closest.
Okay. You keep looking at Jay like he got it right.
Well, I should be
Oh,
because
because-
the answer is $10.
I got it right.
Beverly!
Ding, 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 ding,
Nice
ding,
work.
$10 for a PlayStation 4. No one stopped this guy.
$10
And I feel-
for a $400.
But how dumb
rental.
is it to even put that article in the paper? Because now everybody's going to do that.
Number
Copycat
one.
crime.
And number two.
I'm doing it.
I
This
wanna
is
do
what
it.
you have to say. You need to say to the management, hire more people. I'm
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
this. You know how like sometimes
save
people,
you.
yeah, you know how sometimes people take guns through
Yeah.
TSA just to be
Right.
like, you didn't detect this. You
Right.
need to do a better job.
Right.
What they're saying is you need to hire people. Like the
Yeah.
self-checkout thing. I know you're trying to save money and everything, but you got to hire people.
Hire people.
If a
Adele.
person,
And, by
if
the
a-
way, that's just one thing we know about.
That's what we know.
If a
It's tip of
person-
an
Where
iceberg.
did he get that idea? Probably from someone else. If a
Right.
person- Sorry to interrupt.
Or do you think it just like dawned on him?
No, but if a person,
I
a
think he planned
checkout
it.
person were to take a bag that had a PlayStation in it, they would never weigh it and be like, "This is fruit." Okay, so there, it's a $400
You
mistake.
did it.
No,
It's a
that's
failure of the system.
methodical. That's methodical. Someone had. I bet that same guy had tried. Well, I think I'll try it with an avocado. Hey,
Oh, you did it like
I just
3
bought
times.
this avocado.
No one paid any
No one
attention to
paid
me.
any
I got the
attention.
price myself and checked out myself.
And I lifted it up off the thing, so it wasn't that heavy. And maybe I'll try this with some bacon in the produce. I think he built up to it.
Yeah.
Stop having us do your job for you, and then this won't happen.
As I
Or it
said,
could have been a one shot.
the retail price for a PlayStation 4 is about $390, around $400.
There you
Dan,
go.
am I the only one who gets mad when they at a grocery store like hand you the receipt and the chain if you're paying with
Oh,
cash?
in the same thing.
All in one
No, they
big
put it on the
pile.
pile, or they give you dollars and the receipt.
Here's just a
and change.
pile, and you're
Why
just like,
do they do that?
Can't you just
Here's
put
a pile. Now get
I
out of here
hate
quickly.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the other
I
thing.
just
is
want
the
to give
people
them
waiting.
the change. Here, you keep the change.
Yeah, or just put
You
the
have
change
it.
in my
You
hand
deal
first.
with it.
I love the
Then
person.
give me
who's,
the other
I love the
thing.
person who's so close to me that I'm like, "Do you want to press in my code?
Yeah, I
Why
know.
don't you?"
Person behind you
Yeah,
in line.
right, right.
If you-
Are we
just
hugging?
take my
We're
card.
hugging right now.
Just take my card. Take my life. Here, you can have it.
I can
Here, you know
smell
what?
your breath.
You get in these pants.
By the way, speaking of stores, on my way here, I went past this place. It's called the Dollar Store.
Yes,
And there's
you know.
look on the side of it. It says it's on the side of I think it's Maple, is because it's on the corner. It says nothing in this store
Yeah.
is over $1.20.
Oh.
Okay, that's not a dollar
store.
store.
It's not.
I
It's
mean,
a $1.20
by that
store.
classification, any store is a dollar store.
That's right.
It's
Sure.
like,
You use
nothing in-
dollars.
You use dollars.
There you go.
Right?
Maybe that's it.
$1.20. Yeah, I mean it's So, but any Saks Fifth Avenue, it's a dollar store.
It is a
It's
dollar. Of
Even if that's true, don't
$2,000.
put that on the side of your building.
It's
Adele.
on the side. It's on Maple. Check it out.
Adele then went on to sell the PlayStation for $115
Great.
in order to pay for a train ticket to his hometown. I'm kind of like, you're a genius.
Yeah.
Now I kind of like this.
Okay,
guy.
where's his hometown? There's got to be a capture.
His hometown of Nice in southeastern
Aw,
France.
nice
French
place.
newspaper.
Stones on the beach, though.
Is it?
It's
Yeah,
neat.
the beach is on big stones.
Yeah.
It's nice there.
Aren't they intercontinental?
Here's where
Very
our
nice.
here's where our guy
Stop it.
finally gets
Both of
dumb
you
too.
stop it.
What?
Here's where our guy finally gets dumb too.
Okay, let's hear it.
The thief would have gotten away with the crime if he had not returned to the same shop the next day to
do
try
it
to
again.
carry it out again.
Dummy!
Dude.
You got away with
I'm
it.
so disappointed.
What
I
did
know.
Gordon,
One more
Gordon
job.
Gecko said?
Every
Greed
time-
is
so
good. It's not.
disappointed.
It's not.
Greed
good.
is not
That's,
good.
No, that's like a basis for kind of a divorce. Like I thought you were that guy. And
Yeah.
Wait, you're that.
You're
guy.
that guy.
Yeah.
He was arrested by police and charged with theft, but did not appear in court for the hearing last week at a magistrate court in the town of Montebiliards.
He sent a banana instead.
Adele was sentenced to 4 months in prison.
In prison?
Now I'm like, guys,
Guys.
4 months in
4
prison.
months.
Can we
For a
just?
kid.
4 months in
19-year-old kid.
prison.
He's never going to do it again.
That's
is he?
overkill. No, well, yeah, he will.
Yeah,
He
early-
will.
Here we get
Same
this
story,
story.
same
This
story.
is this is how this article ends, and then we'll get out of here. All of a sudden, the article jumps to a whole
New
another thing.
line of
Yes,
thought.
it's two. Yeah, no,
It's
3
so
lines.
French. What is it?
Earlier this month in Alabama. Now we're in Alabama.
Wow. In the same article?
Yes.
Is it a new paragraph at least?
It doesn't indicate. 4
Wow.
suspects.
Same paragraph, same
Earlier this
article.
month in Alabama, Roy
Dumb,
Moore
dumb,
gave a
dumb.
15-year-old woman a PlayStation that he
Yeah.
found in a store.
Earlier in this month in Alabama, 4 suspects were arrested after the theft of a PlayStation went wrong. This is
How
just
can
all
it go
about
wrong?
PlayStation
Yeah,
crime.
it's- yeah.
They got caught, you mean?
According to the Limestone County Sheriff's Office, which sounds like a music lyric from an old Hank Williams song, 4 suspects.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding.
4
What's
suspects
an
tried
underscore here?
to
Ding,
steal
ding, ding, ding,
a
ding,
PlayStation
ding, 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 ding,
from a
ding,
man
ding,
who advertised it on social media.
ding, ding,
But the
ding,
owner,
ding,
this is going to
ding,
pay off.
ding, ding,
The owner tried to stop the culprits by grabbing hold of the game console and was dragged along the road as the gang drove away.
Stop
Well,
it.
I'm dragged along the road as the gang drove away.
That's it. So, and then
Okay,
to this
well,
guy,
the topic of the thing is then
PlayStation
PlayStation. But you
thieves.
know, that's not the most interesting thing.
No.
The most interesting thing is the guy
who wouldn't
Adele.
let go. Oh, I was
Yeah,
going to say the guy who wouldn't let
that's
go
what
is he got
it's
dragged
about.
by a car. I would like let it go.
Yeah, the Alabama
By the way,
story
isn't
is
that
The
Adam?
person who is the person
Isn't
who
that an Adele song?
I was going to say a person who doesn't let go when they should let go because if they do, as they're holding on, it is only hurting them. That
Yeah,
is
that-
every
that is-
Adele song.
That is the theme of every Adele song.
It's like,
All right, that's story number 1.
Hey, I heard you have a new husband in life. I'm just
Yeah.
going to sit across the street and look at you.
I'm
as-
fine.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good. I drove
That is
10,000
kinda-
miles
yeah.
in
I
a diaper
wanted to
just to watch it.
tell you. I'm fine, someone just like you,
Yeah.
but I just want to let you
Yeah.
know that that's good. But anyway,
Yeah,
go
it's
back
all,
to your
it's all
thing.
okay.
Find a new PlayStation. That's
Just,
story number
just
1.
checking in.
Just
check
checking
it
it.
in.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Story number
No,
1.
no interest in that.
In the books, Beverly
Just
D'Angelo is
checking
with
in.
us, and she's providing a score for this episode. She's going to
I'm
do a story.
underscoring.
She's going to do a story later, so you got to stay with us. We'll be right back with more Beverly D'Angelo on Dumb People Town.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying connected and productive? And then there's your newest coworker, the cat. Well, your friends at Trello have been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Trello keeps everyone organized and on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Teams of all shapes and sizes at companies like Google, Fender, Costco, and likely your favorite neighborhood coffee shop all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
And we're back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Dumb People Town. We got Beverly D'Angelo here and Daniel.
Yay.
Talk about what she's
me.
doing now.
Yeah, what are you doing? What's the latest?
Well, I've just completed a film for the dreaded Netflix with Adam Driver and Seraph Fiennes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's Ray
Great.
Fiennes, but
I
I,
think it's
mean,
Ralph.
And-
I trust you more than
okay,
me, for
well,
Christ's
we
sake. You
did
just
get
work
a
with
check
him.
on
Noah?
Noah's looking
Wait.
in. Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes. Well,
You've been
you know,
calling him the wrong thing the entire
It's
time.
actually
set, you
it's
call him
Ray
on it?
Fiennes.
well, anyway, it's called Jonquil.
Okay.
And,
What is that?
well, jonquil is actually a flower, but it's relevant to the story I play. A woman who's been adopted and very late in life, you know, obviously, discovers that she is actually the child
Of course.
of people who were incarcerated in Auschwitz. And
Wow,
she was
that's
a
heavy.
discarded child.
That's heavy.
And, yeah, there was a nunnery next door, and she was discarded. And actually, it's like a combination. Ralph Fiennes plays the psychiatrist that gets the repressed memories out, and Adam Driver is actually a flashback kind of character who weirdly has a doppelganger in her life. So it's kind of like a mixture of it's very moving. It's kind of like a mixture of a thriller and
I love it.
And an emotional
rom-com.
It's not a rom-com.
It's not a rom-com.
please.
It's not
a
a
rom-com.
No, okay.
That is beautiful, and it's called.
It was hard to make. It was hard to
I
make.
can only
It's
imagine.
called John Queel.
Jonquil.
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 Yeah.
I just saw a
Jonquil.
trailer yesterday.
I've
for a
never heard
movie you were
anything
in.
about
For
this
that
movie.
one?
No, for a
No, I've
different
never heard
one.
anything about this movie. They're keeping it under wraps.
Well,
very
it's
secretive
Netflix,
project.
man. It's the
I
way
guess. Yeah.
Netflix does things.
Yeah.
It's so,
All of a sudden
I
you'll
think
know,
that they don't want to draw attention.
They don't want
because
people to
you know,
see
they
it. They don't
No,
want
they're
anyone
like
to see it.
it's like the way that they don't give their ratings. It's like they're making all these movies, not telling anybody about it. I'm kidding, but I'll be promoting it.
Good, good.
You know, but
What's
it won't
the
come out
movie you
for,
saw?
There's also like some CGI.
I've
stuff in it.
I never heard of this movie till yesterday. I saw the trailer for it, and I want to watch it so bad. The Beverly D'Angelo, Steve Guttenberg classic, High Spirits.
Oh yes,
What?
Yes.
Because you know why.
Yeah. But okay.
yeah.
Why are you saying?
Have you guys seen it?
No.
I had never even heard of it
High
until
Spirits?
High Spirits.
Liam
Daryl
Neeson,
So
Peter
you took
O'Toole.
Liam Neeson's son.
Peter O'Toole,
yeah.
Daryl Hannah, Steve Guttenberg, Beverly D'Angelo.
When was this done?
Directed by Neil Jordan.
1987, I think. Yes.
It was
87, 88.
shot in
maybe?
87. I think it
Yeah.
came out in 88. There's a story behind it from my part.
Which is
It just looks so.
well-
it looks like 80s movie fun.
Fun or funk?
Fun.
Well, no. Here's my end of the story.
Okay.
I was married to an Italian duke, and I met this writer in Los Angeles. His name was Neil Jordan, and he was just beginning to become a filmmaker. He didn't have an agent, didn't have a lawyer, or anything. You got to get an agent, you got to get a lawyer, you got to get an assistant. The assistant part is important.
Yes. See, this is why Stitcher
need an
fans are
assistant.
lucky. They're getting all this.
Yeah.
This is
So
amazing.
anyway, I fell in love with Neil, even though I was married, and I moved to Ireland. And this was a Hollywood movie that Neil was making to follow up a film he'd made called Mona Lisa, which was brilliant. And it was conceived of as, one of those rollicking, romping things, but it was based on something real.
Yeah.
In that there was a guy, talk about dumbing people down. There was a guy in Ireland who there was a law in Ireland that you didn't have to pay taxes on a house if it didn't have a roof. So there were all these old, stone castles and magnificent manors that had become dilapidated, and everybody just took the roof off. But this guy had one of these dilapidated manors, and he decided to advertise it as a haunted castle. So you could check in and you'd stay in this dilapidated, leaky, horrible place and listen for the ghosts. So anyway, that was a real thing.
Yeah.
And so from that idea, Neil got the idea of wouldn't that be funny? And Will
Yeah.
and who was the other guy? Who was his
I don't
partner?
know. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. But I can't remember. But they
Okay. Anyway, so they were brought in as script writers because they really knew how to make a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
And Neil didn't. And it was you'll see.
it's so much fun. They go to this the
This haunted-
You
conceit
haven't
is you're
seen
supposed
it.
this guy.
You don't know how much fun it is.
I know, but the trailer makes it look so much fun.
Yeah,
the
the
guy
trailer
sets up
does.
thing and he tries to get people to fake pretend there's ghosts there, and then
Right.
real ghosts
And
end
then
up
real ghosts
showing
appear.
up. And Steve
Liam
Guttenberg
Neeson
Do you
falls
play
in
one of
love
the
with the
real
ghost.
ghosts? Or?
I play the wife of Steve Guttenberg, who's just and her father's rich. Oh, her dad owns the castle.
Yeah.
Her
Steve
dad,
Guttenberg-
or his dad just bought the castle. He's going to buy the castle. I can't remember the plot. It was anyway.
Gutenberg burned so bright in the 80s. It was.
Well, he
burned
invented the-
bright.
he invented
A
the
nice,
printing press.
Funny guy.
He did invent the printing
He
press
did.
as well.
He
Am I
did.
wrong
Well,
to say that?
No, you're not.
All right, let's get back into the show. Dan, you have a second story for
I
us.
do have
Let's
a second
great.
story.
I
into
can't
this.
wait.
You
Let's
ready
do
to
it.
do
I
this?
love this show.
are.
I
I
want
love
to come
this
every
show, too.
day.
You got it.
I
Door
just
is
love talking
open.
about dumb stuff.
Door is
Dumb
open.
people. When you wake up, you go. I turn on CNN just to see how bad
How
it
much
is.
dumb
It
I
makes
go
me so
online.
angry. I have had to stop. But go ahead.
All right, ready?
That's what you can't do though.
I know.
You can't.
For the life of me, I just tried to figure out any story where I could get you to call me Sparky, but I couldn't do it for the life of it.
I'll call you Sparky.
Oh, it's my favorite.
We did okay.
There's so
that,
much
that came,
love. There's so
that
much
came
love
from the
in that.
first one. That came from the first one. We were doing that scene in
In the first National
in the
Olympics?
tent in the first one, and we're lying there, and they were concerned that it would be.
Yeah.
So we thought a way to make it, to lighten it a little
Sure.
bit would be if we're just cuddly and affectionate.
Yeah.
And and had nicknames.
Yeah.
So that's how we came up with Sparky.
It's. I mean, even in Christmas too. Like how many times you say it.
That's
It's
the
like-
only thing I say in Christmas.
Yeah.
I actually walked off Christmas.
You did?
I did, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you came back.
Yeah, I did.
All right, ready for the second story? Sent in by Robin at Robin Runs.
I just came back the next day.
912.
Okay.
All right, your call time.
Nobody really knew I left. No one gives a shit.
It's a mental
Okay.
thing.
I give a shit.
I
Yeah.
walked off
Where's
for
Beverly?
me.
Yeah.
She'll be back tomorrow.
She's at her hotel, sleeping and getting ready for tomorrow. All right.
Okay, ready? A Wisconsin man caused chaos in his family home after taking an axe to his personal possessions after he thought his wife had damaged his prized action figures. Dude.
Okay, so he
Took an axe.
He destroyed all of his stuff
Because he thought someone had touched some of his stuff.
Genius.
beat.
Right? Yeah, right? Genius.
beat.
With an axe, too.
with an axe. Okay, so he wanted to kill her then. And
No,
it's
he wanted to ruin
misplaced?
his stuff.
none of
You
it
want
was
to
in her.
You
But
want to
wait.
touch my stuff? I'll touch it harder than you could ever touch it.
That's
Break.
Or-
see, you've got that actor thing.
But
in
you show
you
the-
understand.
Yeah, justify the
I went
actions
there.
of
But
your
I also
character.
think
Yeah.
there's a certain level. I think Beverly's right. I think there's a certain level of like, let me. If you really want to touch this, look at what I'm
No, that's
capable
what
of.
Jay said. I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
I said that.
And let's not. We got to stop giving him credit for stuff.
wanna
that-
give him credit.
yeah, say
He
that I
doesn't
s- I
ever
said
wanna
it.
give me credit.
I said it. I said it.
But
But
after
yeah,
he
it's
thought his wife damaged his prized action figures.
I don't really have a problem.
I'm
with
gonna
it.
go back
Has
and
action figures.
I can get
I
behind.
think it's kind of cool.
I can get behind anybody's
I've always
collection.
been pro-nerd.
But don't go that far on something you just think.
Look, chop.
Go that far on something
Dan,
you know.
Dan,
Yeah,
you know the
yeah.
rule in Wisconsin: chop first, ask questions later.
Yeah,
Exactly.
fair enough.
Oh no, chop first, axe questions.
I think you did it.
Yeah.
I think you did it.
I
to
didn't
me.
do nothing.
Oh, you did.
I
Did
didn't
she-
do nothing.
Did she actually?
I don't
What
even
did she
think-
do to the
I don't
action
even think they
figure?
say. Madison
What did
police.
she do? In
Dan, here, let's give him credit first of all for having a prized action figure collection and having a wife.
Yeah.
Like
Those
those
are
are
two
two
things that
things that
don't-
don't always.
Kudos to you, buddy.
Often those
You
are
figured it
mutually
out.
exclusive things,
Yeah.
and he figured it out.
But obviously, she wasn't that happy. Like, will you get rid of the
Yeah, I know.
action figures?
I
Well-
moved
Oh, no,
some of
wait,
your
that-
action figures
that's-
earlier today
that's
because I
New
hadn't
York.
cleaned over there.
But
That's-
she's more
that's- yeah,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Can I please get these action figures out
This
of
is
here?
so
Oh.
embarrassing.
No, they're
Please.
mine. Here's
You
my.
gotta
why don't you
get
tell you
these
Sick
this?
of
out
the
of here.
action figures.
God,
I
please.
that's
told
true.
you you got to get things out of here.
I love action figures. I love those phone call dolls. I think
don't
they're all
have a
awesome.
problem with action
I don't either.
figures.
This is my reason
I'm an
for
action
not
figure,
getting
you know.
into the
Are you
bar.
really?
Lurleen Lumpkin, the singing waitress from Spittle County in The Simpsons.
Lurleen.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
That's
she's an action
awesome.
figure,
So
yeah.
I love all that
Says on
stuff.
a bowling
My
alley.
favorite line from that is
My
they go,
son laughed at this when
They
we
go
watched it.
out to the other bar that isn't the
Where
regular
Lurleen is
bar,
singing.
where she's singing like
Right.
in the other bar, and
Right.
two guys, and they're just showing
It's
how
a rougher
Fuds.
bar.
rougher bar,
Yeah, yeah,
Fuds. They're drinking
yeah.
Fud beer,
Yeah.
and one guy turns to the other guy and says, "Let's fight," and the other one's like, "Them's fighting words."
I like the best line I think from that particular one was because there were three of them, but the best one was Madge says, you've been lying to me, and he says, it takes two to lie, Madge, one to lie and one to listen. Okay,
great.
but so
And
do
bag
what
me a
did she-
homer.
I wanna
Yeah,
know
finally
what she-
bag me a homer. Is that the song?
Finally
I
bag
wrote
me
that.
a
I wrote
homer.
that song.
You wrote
did?
that
You wrote
song?
that
I wrote that song. And
It's a
listen to
beautiful
this.
song. I was like, that's
I
a
know.
brilliant
Well,
song.
the bases were loaded on the diamond of my heart when the coach called me up to the plate. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to sing the whole
I
song.
love
but
that.
here's the thing. So I
You
wrote
wrote
that.
that?
Yes, I did. And listen to
hot
this. So I write
damn.
this song. I write the
beautiful
song,
song.
and I gave it to them. It was perfect. They said, yeah. And then they sent me all these things to sign to give away the publishing. And I went, no,
Hang
I'm
on
not
a
giving
second.
away the
No,
publishing.
I wrote the damn
and they
song.
said, Randy Newman wrote the theme song, and he doesn't have the publishing. It belongs to Fox. So I just never signed it. I just never signed it. And so I kept the publishing. So to this day, it's like there's a little,
Did
it's
you get
the
little
gift that-
checks?
Yeah, the gift that keeps on giving is ridiculous. Now I know why people wanted to be
To
in
own
the
their own
record
publishing.
industry back
then.
Oh
yeah.
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 Bag you
But
up.
anyway,
Bev.
yes.
The bases
I've
were
been
loaded.
on the
swinging
diamond.
and missing
Living
and loving and kissing. My average was .008. So what was it? So I spit on my hands, knocked the dirt from my cleats, and pointed right toward center field. This time I'm hitting a home run. This time love is for real.
Oh gosh,
yeah.
so good.
Cases were
Yeah,
loaded
baseball,
on the
baseball.
diamond
Lure
of
My
my
heart.
heart.
When the coach called me up to the plate.
I love it, God. But my reason for not wanting action figures is I'm too afraid of like I'll end up being like, where am I going to put all? Like I'll run out of space. I don't want to get down a road of loving something and then I have to build my life like, well, we need a toy room for my. Like I can't. I'm what too happens with
IKEA
afraid.
records,
shelving.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
It's not a bad idea.
sometimes-
The suspect. Okay, here we go. Madison police responded to a domestic disturbance call on Sunday night after the suspect called 911 to report police on himself. Quote, the suspect called 911 himself because
I did
of his
something
actions.
bad.
You better get
What?
down here.
I
got
did
an
I did something bad.
I'm out of control.
It's
I got-
also the
someone
that
got-
actor's
was
fault.
great. That was
Someone's got it.
Scottish.
Yeah.
I just made him
I'm out of
Scottish.
control.
I'm out of control here.
Someone's gotta stop me, eh?
He called 911 on
That's
himself because
Canadian.
of his actions in response to drinking too much and then overreacting when believing his wife had damaged some of his prized property action figures.
So she didn't even damage
I
it.
don't think so.
kidding, Carl.
I drink
just
too much.
moved them.
I drink too much and I had an axe too close.
I
And
told
Yeah,
her
because
I-
there is that. Because just picture it. He sees the action figures.
Yes.
They appear to be damaged. The first thing he does is he has to walk somewhere to get the axe, unless he's just carrying the axe.
Now, I
got a
told-
living room
Maybe
axe.
his, yeah.
That's the bathroom axe, Lurleen.
Put it down.
What's the bathroom axe
it
doing
down.
in the living room?
No, so Jason.
He's got the kitchen axe.
Well, that doesn't belong there. Go put it back next to the toaster.
Oh,
That's the garage axe.
That one smells like
Why is the
potpourri.
gara-
That's the bathroom
Why
axe.
is the garage axe where the kitchen axe is? But it's one of
honey,
those.
where's the Davenport axe?
Did you take the entryway axe
You have
and
the
put it
porch
in the
axe.
bathroom?
You have the foyer axe.
The foyer axe.
We don't even have a foyer.
Well,
You're
we
drunk.
need to get a foyer because I have a
The
foyer axe.
Buy the axe for the home you want.
You
not
don't
the
shut
home
up.
you
You're gonna
have.
be my axe wife, all right?
For I'm an action figure.
An action figure.
Talking about
Okay.
I'm showing you an
What was that
axe
guy's
finger.
name who had the axe?
They don't even say.
They don't even say
I
his
don't
name.
think so. No.
I just
Madison
It's
man.
you know there's an umbrella of stupidity for the
I know.
journalists, right?
I know. I love that him
People
calling
can't
the
even
cops.
write anymore.
Hello, I overreacted. Sir, you got to tell me more than that.
Overreact.
I hit it.
Here it is. Overreacted.
I hit it with an axe, sir. Who did you
What
hit
did
with
you
an axe?
hit? Where
all
are you?
Of,
My
all
possessions.
of them. You know, if I was like
But wait,
all of them.
Wait, I'm missing.
all of them.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I just have been on a completely different tangent.
Go.
I thought it said that he axed his other stuff,
Right.
You did.
Because
Yeah.
he thought
So-
she
Not
touched.
the
but
action
he
figures.
didn't axe his
No,
action figure. Okay,
no.
sorry, I'm on the right tangent.
You're right.
Sorry.
Thank
you.
He called on himself
What a
because
relief.
he was drinking too much and overreacted, believing his wife had damaged his prized action figures. Police Chief Mike Colville said in a daily
Mike
incident.
Coble gets a name.
I know.
He gets a shout out. The
Police
guy
said-
who did it doesn't.
Well, because he's a supporting character, so he's saying how this whole story is actually about him and what
For
he's
Mike
trying
Colville's
to
like, I'm
achieve.
gonna love him
Mike
no
Colville,
matter
like
what.
my approach to
That's right.
vacation.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Police said the man used a log-splitting axe to destroy. Ready?
Let's
This
hear
is
what
what
he
he went
destroyed.
after.
Oh,
To
big,
destroy
big.
a TV,
Okay.
the stand it sits on, which
Yep.
makes me hope that's what he yelled, and the stand you sit on. I'm gonna kill
Well,
you.
we know
and
it's
the
not a
stand
flat
you
screen.
sit
We know
on.
it's not a flat screen.
No.
How does he not have a
It's definitely one of
flat
those
screen?
TVs that's deep.
It's terrible.
A laptop.
Those don't even exist anymore.
Dude, you took an
Can you
axe to
buy
a lap.
those?
I
Can
wish
you buy a TV that's not a laptop?
if you,
That's not a flat
maybe
box,
from a
flat
hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, or an old Irish bar in Chicago.
yeah.
The tube works fine.
Yeah. Here, just
Black
put the
and white.
aluminum
Right.
foil on
Just
the
Hit it
antenna
a couple of times.
Every tube
Yeah.
TV in Chicago has one of those like multicolored strips that is like
Down
the
the middle.
coloring screwed up.
Yeah, you're like, what?
yeah. Just fix it, guys. We
No.
can go to Walmart right now and get you a
It's up there.
40
I
inch
can't
for
get up
80
there.
bucks.
I didn't know there was a rainbow in the movie The Artist.
Black and white.
Excuse me. He used the log splitting axe, sorry, to
Should
destroy.
have said Roma.
I know.
Sorry.
the TV
More current.
and the stand it sits on, a laptop, and a bunch of other items inside the house. The suspect's wife was not even home at the time, so he's not even trying to scare her.
That's not even
This
for
is
her.
his own-
Wow.
he's not- obviously, he doesn't have anybody to even ask
Something's
questions
going on
to.
there.
If you don't text me back, I'm gonna think you did it.
But you know what? Maybe part of what's going on is the guy. Nobody even cares about him. They don't
No
know
one's
his
paying
name.
enough attention
That's
to
what
him.
it's saying.
They
I want attention.
How-
Is what
yeah.
it is.
I just
It's a
wanted the
cry.
cop to be
I
like,
just-
okay, all right,
Yeah.
who are you
Call
really
me my
mad
name.
at?
Call
What are
me
you
by-
really mad
I
at?
think
Yeah.
he
As
As
walked
long
in.
as they put my name in this article,
Please,
I'll
and they
be
don't
fine.
even put the name in the article.
So I think he walked into his room where all the action figures
Yeah.
were on the shelf.
One of them was
like
laying on its
one of
side.
them was laying on its
Yeah.
side. It should have been up
In the
and
sunlight.
and he lost it.
Yep,
and he lost it.
The suspect then moved outside and smashed the family car with the axe,
Wow.
chopping off both side mirrors. You'll never
Family-
know when
family-
to change lanes.
No.
The family truckster.
And eventually striking the windshield.
If you won't let me
Randy.
look back, I won't let you look back.
Eventually striking the windshield with such force that the axe became stuck in the windshield. Cobra said.
Jeez.
When officers
the way,
What
arrived,
did the
and
neighbors
If
say?
I'm the car, if I'm the
Calm down, nameless man.
yeah.
and now if I'm the maker of the car, I say, look, we have a windshield that can take an axe.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Take an axe and keep
You're
on
always
ticking.
looking for those
I'm
out
the
there.
Safety
positive.
repairs. When officers arrived, they found the axe embedded in the windshield of the car, which is, if I'm the cop, I
But they
can't.
already said that the axe was in the windshield.
Yeah, but they're saying,
no.
oh,
But
who
look how
wrote
the
this?
article
I
is
know.
written.
It's bad.
It's like, and then he embedded the axe in the windshield of the car. Next paragraph. When the police arrived, they found the
an
axe embedded in the windshield of the car. It's all kinds
Look,
of
It's almost
dumb.
like he
This
just
writer-
discovered it.
This
the
writer,
writer.
yeah, but they
discovered
probably
it.
just got out of UW Whitewater. They're doing the best they can.
Yeah.
They transferred from Marquette after
Poor
not having the
thing.
grades.
Poor thing.
They just learned that a comma doesn't end a sentence.
I'm
Just
the
let the
cop-
baby steps.
If I'm
Yeah.
the cop and we get out of the car, me and my partner, we get out and there's an axe and no person around, just an axe. To no one, just to the world. I'm going, hey, buddy. Hey,
Where you at?
Hey, buddy, you around here?
Yeah, so they just charged out of the car without a
Yeah.
thought that there was someone with were their guns cocked?
The
Were they-
suspect was arrested for domestic-related charges of disorderly conduct and felony damage to property.
But it's his property.
It's his own
That's-
stuff.
yeah,
Is
and
he
no one else
charging-
was there.
Why
But
is
you
he
can't say,
arrested?
You aren't allowed to do that to your stuff. That's not a law.
I
I,
just
can
tell
tear up my
Tell
stuff.
her what she did to my stuff.
Yeah.
You know she did it? No,
You
I might
can't
have
be charged
overreacted.
with wrecking your own property.
What's
If
your
an-
name? My name is. No, you know what? We don't even care.
Some people would be
Like
like,
her.
they say, I'm an artist, man. That's how I.
That's how I
That's how I
express
create.
I have a
myself.
question
That's
though.
what it is.
I have a question. If an axe goes into a windshield and no one sees it,
And no one calls the cops.
Then,
Does,
yeah.
is that
Does
a
it
crime?
go-
Does it go in the
Thank
windshield?
you.
Is it a crime?
thank
Is
you.
it I don't. But I take issue with that. I don't think that man should have been charged
Arrested.
with a felony
Right.
assault on his own stuff. That was
great
his
point.
stuff.
Agreed.
That's right. What
You-
are
I mean,
we?
that would
It's a
be like if
police
somebody
state?
gonna like
You own
know,
it. It's somewhat of a
it's your-
victimless
you,
crime.
You bought it.
You break
get
it.
to
It's
do-
like
you
the
own-
reverse.
you
You
get
break
to-
it. You buy it. You
bought
buy
it,
it. You
you
break
break
it.
it.
It's yours.
That's great.
At the dollar store.
That sign.
How much was it?
Yeah.
$1.18.
Yeah.
That sign is hanging in the mattress store in Dumb People Town. You buy it, you break it.
You break it. You buy it.
Have fun.
Yeah, at the mattress store.
Police estimate that the man
The
caused
water bar.
the police estimated the man caused about how much money in damages?
Okay, so now we get to
okay.
guess.
Ding, ding,
So you
ding,
guess.
ding,
You
ding,
already
ding.
won the last
You're
one.
one and oh.
Okay,
First.
okay. How much damage?
Yes.
Axe to
Monetary-
the
Did he
windshield.
have insurance?
Let's
don't
say
Because
no.
wait, there's a whole
No,
thing about
This,
that. He-
this is just
You're
putting
saying
a price.
just put a price
Put a
tag on
price
on
what
how
he-
much damage
yeah.
he did.
Before
Don't
insurance.
inflate it for the insurance.
Well, the family car is kind of a tip because when someone says a family car, that means it's a junker. Because otherwise, we would have said, his
Family
Lamborghini.
Boxster.
Right.
Roadster.
Right.
Agree with me?
His Wagoneer.
Yeah. So family car means it's not such a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
car.
And he did the
I'd say
laptop, the TV stand that it sits on, and
other stuff.
Other stuff.
What do you think the damage is?
TV and the TV stand, I think, is
Laptop.
low. Laptop is. I
Who
don't
knows
know.
what else he did in the house?
I mean, it's not
windshield,
like
both
a-
mirrors.
A laptop could be. Was it new?
We don't know.
If he's got an old TV, does he?
Probably
have
a Dell.
Does he? Yeah, right. Does
From
he
the first
have-
story, Adele. Just kidding.
Right. I'm not seeing a high value in his possessions.
Okay,
Is what
so
I'm saying.
Where you going
give
with?
us a total.
Where I'm going with this, I would say it's got to be. It's a felony, so we know it's under five. It's over 500. I
We do?
would guesstimate. Isn't that a felony?
Yeah,
I
you're
guess
right.
so. I
Yeah, I
love
think
that.
so.
You
You
already
could-
knew
you
that.
could check
That was
that out.
part of her.
I would
lexicon.
That's her Italian background coming
guesstimate.
through.
Right. It's I would estimate. Yeah, but then the wasp part is like, no, it's not. I would estimate. I'm undervaluing it. I'm going to say $6,000 worth
Okay.
of damage.
All right.
Ooh,
All right.
that's
Jason or Randy?
I'd say $4,000.
Okay.
I think he did about $12,000 worth of damage.
All right.
I think he did a lot of damage.
All right,
My
Thomas.
car just got. I was in a car accident recently, and it
Yeah, but
wasn't
do you
terrible.
have a family
brag.
car? Or do you
It
have
was
a car with a
it's
name?
It was a station wagon. So I mean,
But do you drive a station wagon?
it was a Prius V.
Okay, that's different. And I maintain that if it was a car of value or import,
They would have said
they would have
Prius V.
said it's a Prius V.
Look,
it's a,
I'm sticking with
it's
12
a-
grand.
Okay, 12 for Randy.
12 grand.
6 for
6 for
Beverly,
Beverly.
4 for Jason.
Okay. Get your answers in and play along, Townies, because we're going to get out of here on this. The estimated cause in damages done by the man with the axe who had no information and no name is $5,000. You guys split it. He split it.
We split it.
You split it.
Fantastic. Great.
The final thing, the fate of the man's action figures is unknown.
Of course it is.
of course, because they don't even know
no
who
one
he
did any
is.
damage.
He probably killed himself.
And number two,
No.
I hope not. Number two, you could have done that as a reporter. You could have figured that out.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
But why report
Why
the
actually
guy's
do
name?
reporting?
Why
Yeah.
actually do any work? All right, there's story
Right,
2
yeah.
down in the books. Beverly D'Angelo is with us, and she has brought a story for the third segment. I'm so excited.
I'm glad
stay
you
with us.
okayed this because
Yeah, we're
it's-
okay.
We're
with
okay.
this.
We're stay with
I'll
us.
read it in the blind.
Dan will read it in the blind. Okay, we'll be right back with more Dumb People Town right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Dan, should we read some names?
I
you,
think-
you up for that?
I
these
think
are
I'm up for it.
drip names.
Are you
and
up for it?
I'm up for it.
What about
Listen,
Jay? Do we need
Jay? You
Jay?
up for it?
I'm up.
Okay, so you guys know we are going to be
up.
switching from drip to Patreon. Do you call it Patreon?
Patreon.
Patreon, and it's going to be
Patreon.
simple. You'll get an email, and it'll tell you just click the link and put your information in, and then boom, 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 you're on.
Boom, boom,
You're going to
boom.
get new stuff. There's a new level that we're presenting. There's all sorts of great stuff if you join with Patreon. So that'll be coming soon, and we'll just make that switch as easy as possible. Let's read some names.
Ready?
Adam Russell.
I like it.
What's
Russell.
up?
Straightforward.
Straight
He's
up.
got two first
Two
names.
first names.
He
I
doesn't
love
give a
it.
shit.
Sounds like a second baseman or a catcher for the
Adam
Dodgers.
Russell. How about Rick Martin? What's up, Ricky Martin?
He's living the Vida Loca.
He is
You guys.
full.
You guys.
Council member.
Yep. Andrew.
City.
Andrew.
Rick, don't call me Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin. Andrew Verkoyen.
If that's not a name from Game of Thrones.
He's a Verkoyen.
He's a Verkoyen?
House Verkoyen.
That sounds badass.
House Verkoyen?
Yes.
You don't want the Verkoyens breathing down your neck. Liz Prosh.
Is it Prosh or Prosh?
Prosh.
This is our favorite game.
Prosh or Prosh?
I'm going. Okay, let's vote.
What's the show on Amazon? Do you call it Bosch or Bosch?
It's Bosch.
So it's
But I
Liz
think this is
Prosh.
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 Okay. Ran and Dan have it.
She puts the pro in Prosh.
That's right. Matt Younker.
Hey.
Yonkers. If I saw him, I'd be like, Yonkers.
I knew a Geary Yonker.
It's great. This next one this isn't the greatest pimp name ever.
I was going to say,
ever,
to you,
ever.
based on name alone, you know this person dresses well.
You know this person
this
has
person
a
is a-
lime green suit ready to rock.
Very
Or he's
well.
a linebacker for Auburn University, War Eagle, or
Yeah.
he is a power forward for Georgetown in the mid 80s.
He also, a lot of third person talk.
Yep.
Like, tells you, like, oh, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just
Okay,
Alonzo Flowers.
Alonzo Flowers. Hey, Alonzo Flowers isn't going to go there.
Right. I'm just going to tell you what Alonzo Flowers does and doesn't do. And right now, you're talking about something he doesn't do.
I'll tell you what he does do. Support this show on a
Thank
great
you.
level.
Thank you, Alonzo Flowers. Claire Rogers.
Claire.
MD.
I
Claire's
love a
MD.
good Claire name.
How about Jennifer Marvick?
One N on Jennifer.
One and on Jennifer. She doesn't have time to mess around.
Based off her name, I want to meet her dad.
Marvick? What if
Yeah.
his name is Marv?
It's probably
Marv-
Fred Marvick. Marv Marvick.
Fred Marvick. Male prostitute.
Marv Marvick's pretty great,
Marv
too.
Marvin Marvick.
Marvin Marvick is the greatest.
So many A's in this.
He was the
A's.
only. Marvin Marvick is the only white guy to play in the Negro Leagues. All right. How about Maya Alyssa?
Maya Alyssa.
Maya Alyssa. Jessica Dunning.
Jessica Dunning. Jessica, thank you for being a pillar.
She's
of this
getting
community.
it, Dunning.
It means something to me.
Dunning it again.
Dunning it again. Kim Sarah.
Come on now. That is too. Sometimes it's like
Maya, Alyssa, and Kim Sarah should be friends. Can we connect you guys up in any way? Are you ready?
Kim Sarah could be one name.
Okay, this next name makes me so happy because I know this person.
You do?
This person and I went to Burning Man together.
Oh,
She was in our tent with her. You guys just don't get it. Yesabel. Yeah, and I'm saying her name. Yesabel Jacqueline Woznicki.
Are you allowed to say what her tribe name was?
So
or
her
whatever?
playa name is Jezebel. Okay.
Okay.
And because when she was in,
Oh wait, so her name is in this?
yeah, her name,
her playa name.
Yeah, her playa name. She
Cult
put
name.
it in
Her
here.
cult name is in this.
And she spelled it in this way, and I'll explain why. So her playa name was Jezebel because when she was in like Catholic grade school, they said to her, she did something wrong. She put lip gloss on. They said, "Oh, you're a Jezebel." Like literally ripped her apart. And so when we were on the playa, this last time we were there, our friend Spanish John, who's from the Basque region of Spain.
That's his name or a real name?
His name is John. And when she was with us and she was walking like at night, like a little bit away from us, he would call her to like, hey, we're going this way.
Yeah.
But he did it in a Spanish accent and he would be like, Isabel! Isabel! So she put it on here. Isabel!
She's writing tone into.
Yeah, all caps on Bell.
I love you,
Did you
girl.
even get to her last name?
Yeah. Woznicki.
Jacqueline
I love
Woznicki.
Jacqueline Woznicki. Isabel, I love you, girl. I'm so happy you're here. Laura Geyer.
So that name alone, I just see in the credits of an 80s action movie.
Laura Geyer. She did all her own stunts.
Yes, she did all her own
Laura
stunts.
Geyer. How about Clayton Wise?
Clayton
Wise.
Clayton Wise.
Okay, let me tell you something. There's smart, and then there's Clayton Wise.
Clayton Wise wrote a response book to Flannery O'Connor.
That's
Wise
right. He's a
blood.
left-handed reliever.
This next name I love so much.
You want to talk about Harry Potter? You say here, do it without a pause.
right.
Say the name with no.
Griffin Hogle.
You go
Get it,
Hogel?
Griffin Hogle.
Griffin Hogel.
What house are you in? What
Griffin
house?
Hogle.
What did the
Slytherin?
Sorting Hat? You're not in Slytherin? What are you in, Dan? What did the Sorting Hat
I'm going
say?
to community Hogwarts College.
Which is
we have
what?
different houses.
Which
What's
house
your
is-
house at community?
It's Griffin Hogel.
Griffin Hogle.
Dude, the hat, man. We don't. It's not in the same hat. It's a
The
baseball
Sorting
cap.
Hat, you put it on.
Yeah, but it's a different hat.
Griffin Hogle.
We got a Kangol hat that tells you what hat you're in.
I love it.
Community college.
Thank
Hogwarts.
you, Rick Martin, and thank you, Jessica Durning, and of course, thank you to my good buddy, Yezabel.
I gotta get back to Griffin Hogel.
Let's get back to the show. All right, guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We are here with Beverly D'Angelo. We had such a good time.
Can I just tell you both how much I love you?
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
What about
You-
Dan? You don't love Dan?
I love
Loves
Dan
Dan.
too. Well, Dan knows I do. I did a video selfie with him. That's
okay.
that's a
good.
true
We go
devotion.
back.
I want
All
to
right,
get
so you
one
guys
of
go back.
No, but the thing is, I'm having such a great time.
Oh man, we
You're
love
the
you so
best.
much.
Well, I love you
and this is
more.
why you're such a good actress. And you totally sold this on us and everybody there. And you told us in the break the movie, the Netflix movie that you
Jean-Claude.
pitched,
Jean-Claude,
Jean-Claude,
not
yeah.
real.
not a real movie.
Not a real
You
movie,
totally
no.
made that up.
I was worried. I
wanna
wanted
see
to
that
circle
movie.
back. I wanted to circle back. Because I
You were
felt
not
like-
offensive to any Holocaust survivors.
God.
You're fine. If-
Okay.
If you had said
But I'm
Holocaust
telling you,
didn't
but-
happen, that's another
I
story.
was because I couldn't
You
talk
didn't
about
say
the
that.
one that I'm about to do.
Yeah, well, okay,
the one
so-
that I'm about to do is with Kate Blanchett,
Oh.
Meryl Streep,
Yeah.
and it's called The Garden,
Wow.
and it's based on Franz Gluck's opera Ermita.
Wow.
Where she goes into the garden and she summons hate. She's trying to kill the man she loves, and at the last minute she can't. And it's very moving.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is that a real movie?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God!
She's so good.
Why?
She's so good.
Jesus!
By the way, every single thing you pitched, I would watch it.
I would
Why-
make
who's
and
making
watch
this?
all
Oh,
those
it's a
movies.
game. Wait a minute. That's a game.
That's a game.
No,
Is Beverly
Yeah,
D'Angelo
like, in this
bullshitting
mo-
or
yeah,
not?
right,
Is this
right,
a movie
yeah.
or is it not?
Well,
a movie?
here's the
right.
thing. You did bring in a story that Dan is going to read, and
Okay.
I'm so happy. This was sent to us by who, Dan?
Beverly D'Angelo.
Beverly D'Angelo.
But it was sent to
Beverly
me by,
D'Angelo
let's give a
Dono.
shout out, sent to me by Bruce Wagner,
Okay.
who's like he wrote Maps to the Stars. He's like a great dark
Wagner
writer.
the dog.
Yeah, Wagner the dog. Okay.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to read you the headline. First of all, it breaks one of our usual rules of someone dying.
Okay, it's
But-
okay. It's
but-
fine.
Oh no, I
Beverly gave
didn't
it
know.
to
I
me.
didn't know.
Don't
I'm
worry
so
about it.
sorry.
It's fine.
It's tasteless.
When it's
awful.
usually their own fault.
No.
We've done it before. Like there was a
It
guy
was,
who wanted to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel and died, but it was all on him. And it
kind
was
of on
really
him.
funny.
All right,
Yeah,
so
that's
Okay.
not that funny.
Billionaire diamond trader, 65 years old, dies during penis enlargement surgery.
Okay.
Dude, you already had it all.
This is elective.
Here's
You're
the
a-
deal.
I guess you didn't have it
When
all.
you're
but
a
you were
billionaire, when you're a billionaire, it don't matter what your penis is.
Okay, but you do have to get some background on
Let's
this
get him.
specific
Why
billionaire.
couldn't he have just gone down to Florida with Robert Kraft and
A
visited
billionaire
orchids
diamond
of Asia?
trader died during a penis enlargement operation in Paris.
Was it at a hospital?
I can't say.
Don't-
his
don't
name.
say
Don't
his
you go to
name.
Sweden for stuff
He's
like
got
this?
a family.
He was at an unidentified private clinic. Oh, there's so many red flags here.
Unidentified private
the red
clinic.
flags get worse.
Yeah.
He had it done at an Aubon Pain.
On the Avenue de Champs-Élysées.
No, it was not in the Champs-Élysées.
Yeah,
It
in
was?
the French capital on Saturday when complications during the surgery proved fatal. The experienced diamond expert's heart attack happened when a substance was injected into his penis. Guys,
Stop.
You're a billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
a
his
billionaire.
penis was a lump of
You
coal,
got-
and
like
he was
the
trying
money
to turn it into a
isn't
diamond.
enough.
I understand if you
The
have a
money
small
isn't
penis.
enough to
I
get you laid.
understand,
No.
but you've got to look at the overall score of your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're winning.
Yes, overall, you
Diamond billionaire.
a 9.8 is good enough to win gold.
Don't-
you don't
yeah.
like. Let's.
Diamonds are
That's like-
forever.
Forever.
Penises are only temporary.
I actually I don't want to show you this, but I did find a
Do it.
No, I can't find it. It's,
She can't
it's a,
remember the code to her
No,
phone.
I
Just
I
kidding.
have a video of the actual procedure.
No.
I know.
stop.
I thought I'd make you
A
guys
friend
nervous.
of the man's who wished to remain anonymous, yeah, because you're about to not be a friend,
Right.
Yeah.
said he was always
Wait,
focused.
this is the same guy who took an axe to his stuff back in.
okay.
I
This
didn't
is the
do it.
anonymous friend.
yeah, we don't know anonymous. Yeah, was always focused on his appearance and how others perceived him. What is he walking around with his dick
Okay,
out?
if
Dude,
you're
He's
focused on,
got billions of
I know.
dollars, hasn't he? But
Unless you're Fermin from Roma, your dick ain't out a lot.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So not a big deal.
the Argentinian, that is what we used to call him at Omega Diamonds.
Yeah,
because
he's
he
not
looked
from
like
Argentina.
he looked like a tango dancer. I know.
And then, so they called him the Argentinian.
He looked like a tango
Read
dancer.
the
According-
sentence.
According to the man's friends, the
The
only
Argentinian
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
what we called him because he slicked his hair back and looked like a tango dancer.
It's true. According to his friends, the only time he forgot about his lack of height was when he asked his accountant to read out his bank statement, something
Once a
which
day.
he did multiple times a day. This guy, you can't,
on.
guys,
Look.
you can't.
he went out doing something he loved, trying to improve himself.
Trying to improve.
Yeah,
them.
well,
but
you
I
know
mean,
what
just
I mean?
picture this guy, this little short guy.
Read me how much I'm worth.
No,
Read me
see,
how
that's
much
what I'm saying.
worth.
There's not enough
Argentinian is
Yeah,
worth.
the Argentinian
She is what he is worth.
$2 billion.
money. Don't cover
his life,
insecurity.
like his
Dun,
penis,
dun,
was cut
dun.
short.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, there's more about him though.
A
Shorter
statement
than it should be.
on his website read, "It's great sadness. We confirm that our founder passed away after living an exceptional life. He will be brought back home to Israel and his final resting place. He will be dearly missed by us all." He, the diamond expert, started his career in Africa in the early
He's a
20s.
criminal.
Is he buried face down?
He's
So
a
people
criminal.
have to
Look
see
at
what
this.
happened.
Appeared to not go to university and first worked as a masseuse at the Hilton Hotel in Tel Aviv.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe he
Man,
worked on us.
Moving up. A friend said
Billionaire, from masseuse to billionaire. How
Yeah, there's something.
it turned out that he did have some talents. Internationally, he was one of the biggest experts in valuing
Turned
raw
out he
diamonds.
did have some talents.
Turns out this is
had some talents.
this is an unhappy ending.
Yeah.
In 2015, he sold the world's most expensive diamond called the Blue Moon of Josephine
I wonder if that's a blood
to a Hong
diamond.
Kong businessman and convicted
course.
felon
And convicted felon.
for, you guys want to guess how much
sold
money?
it
Yeah,
to
let's
a
guess how much.
convicted felon.
All right, so how much?
How much did he sell the world's most expensive
I
diamond?
sent in the
She knows.
article.
All right, Jay, so you and me.
I'm gonna say $45 million.
Okay.
I'm going to say $21 million.
One of you guys is only $3 million off. That's pretty good guessing right there.
Okay, good.
48.4 million.
Wow.
Yes.
The Belgian Israel billionaire, who again, he's not Argentinian, whose exact fortune is not publicly known.
Say his name again. Just repeat who he is.
The Belgian Israeli billionaire.
You mean the Argentinian?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Oh, the Argentinian.
Oh, the Argentinian.
Because he looked like a tango dancer.
Was in trouble with authorities in 2013 along with his business partner. The pair prevented a tax evasion trial by agreeing a payout of 160 million euros.
This is how I think that the guys who did the Fire Festival are going to die.
Yeah, in a penis enlargement.
In a penis enlargement mishap.
What was the Fire Festival? I missed that one.
You're good.
I'm going to give you 2
Thank
documentaries
God
to
you
watch.
don't know.
But I mean, do you see what's emerging here? It's not just some hapless guy who wanted a bigger
I see what
one.
didn't emerge.
Yeah,
It's his penis.
Yeah, it's not just a hapless guy. It's like a guy who sold probably a blood diamond to a criminal,
That's
to a
right.
felon,
So God punished
along
you.
with the guy in
He
Wisconsin.
put the turtle in the shell, and that's your life.
and bought off a judge with 103 million.
There you go.
However, the Belgium Customs Office suspected them of lying and giving them incomplete information about some of the diamonds imported from Angola and Congo. They claimed $4.6 billion, in euros in unpaid taxes, as well as $2 billion.
That's a heavy tax
$2 billion
bill.
fine.
4.6 billion, yeah.
Billion. That's like a million per.
And now it's like, this is how he's remembered. Died in a penis surgery.
Yeah.
Guys,
the man who
love
of course,
yourself.
has
It don't matter how much money you have. You gotta love
It's
yourself.
really not that funny.
No, but it's crazy.
It's
It's
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Insane.
stupid.
And awesome. And penis, like at the heart of it.
Well, I thought it's a man's show.
It's a,
It's an
So
everyone show.
I should
would-
try to bring
Listen.
something relevant.
That guy's life story would be Life's Not That Hard Anymore.
Guys, that's a show.
Excellent.
That's a show.
Excellent.
Beverly D'Angelo,
Written by
thank
his
you.
friend.
yes.
And business partner. Beverly D'Angelo, thank you for joining us on Dumb People Town. You are awesome, and what a treat, and it's just so good to see you
It
again.
has been my pleasure, and I hope we get to talk again soon.
You are a national treasure, and you will come back soon. And oh shit,
I want you to come to mine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
check
sure.
out your
Yeah.
podcast.
which is
Well,
We still. Here's what I'm doing. I'm recording a bunch of interviews, and when I think they're all good enough,
Great.
then I'll drop it.
so when it comes, you will come back on and we'll promote it.
Oh, so you won't do it before I drop
Oh no,
it?
we'll do it.
Speaking
But I'm
Beverly.
saying
you
when
want to do it
100%.
before I drop
Yes,
it?
Yeah, of
Good.
course.
Specifically speaking, Beverly.
specifically speaking.
Specifically speaking, do we like that?
Yeah,
I
Can-
love
it.
can we have
Specifically
a-
speaking with Beverly
specifically
D'Angelo?
Speaking with
It's
Beverly
a lot
D'Angelo.
of
Yeah,
specifically speaking with
Beverly
You don't
so
have
many,
to say it out loud.
So
You just
many
click
letters.
on it and listen.
It looks good.
Specifically speaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
SSWB apostrophe
No,
BD
no,
apostrophe A.
Okay.
What about just B? D?
BD. I love it, and oh shit, we gotta get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, calm you down. It's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.